Hey, hey, beautiful humans. I welcome you to the Back on Track podcast brought to you by I Am Somebody. I am your host, Jennifer Bulbrook, and I am dedicated to offering you a unique experience through inspiration and motivation by showing you that you are somebody. In this space, I share personal experiences, I discuss serious issues such as mental health, and we work through the process of having our thoughts serve us by incorporating new techniques into our daily lives. At I Am Somebody, we own who we are because we are somebody. And I am super duper excited because I have a special guest with us today. We have CEO and thriving coach at Dare to Believe Coaching Limited, Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
And I also should mention that you also are a certified coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team. Did I get that all right?
You got it right.
Awesome.
You got it right. Well done.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming and being on the show. I really absolutely appreciate it. And I'm really intrigued to learn more about you, your journey, and what it is that you do. So I will just pretty much let you take the floor.
Oh, wow. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Jennifer, for having me on here.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's interesting just coming in and I guess just having an open book to just share. So I'll see where to take it. But first of all, I love the name of your podcast, I Am Somebody.
Oh, thank you.
That carries so much weight. The minute you said it reminded me of an article that I wrote that was produced in a magazine last month. And it was literally titled, Dare to Believe Your Life Serves a Purpose. But it literally resonates with I am somebody. Yes. So I love it. I love the statement. And honestly, maybe I'll start from there because as I'm sitting here, I know that I am somebody. And I know that everyone that is listening is somebody, and your voice matters. Who you are matters. And unfortunately, sometimes we go through situations in life that hit us left, right, and center. And because of those situations, we think, oh no, I'm going to silence myself. No one needs to hear my voice. But actually, there is someone out there that needs to hear your story. There is someone out there that needs something that you have, and only you can give it.
Yes.
So yes, I am somebody.
Yes, I'm
excited. So who am I? So as you introduced me, I'm Elizabeth. My surname is Olujimi. I'm originally from Uganda. I live in London. I'm married to a Nigerian. So I've got a mix of different things inside of me.
Love it.
But I am passionate. I am passionate about helping people to unlock their purpose, unlock their destiny, unlock the potential that's inside of them. So I am somebody who resonates with me so much because that's what I'm always reminding my clients. So what do? I'm a coach. I call myself the Thriving Coach. The reason why I decided to call myself the Thriving Coach is because I want to help people to thrive. So when I started my business, I knew what I was going to call my business. So Dare to Believe Coaching was a statement that was the phrase that was in my mind for a while. It was just resonating in my mind for a while. So when the time came for me to launch my business, which I'll probably share in a bit, when that time came, it was just obvious what I was going to call the business. And then I started thinking, well, what's my message? And I love to thrive. So why not help people to thrive? So what I do is I specialize with working with women, and I help women to thrive with clarity and with confidence. But what I really want to do is I want to help people to go from a place of surviving to thriving. A lot of us are in the surviving stage. A lot of us are in the stage where life is just happening. We're not in control of anything.
Yeah.
Our emotions, we're not in control of them. We're not in control of our finances. Life is literally just happening to you.
Yeah.
But when you come to a place where you are thriving, you are making life happen. You are taking back control. You are saying, yes, this is my life and I'm going to live it. I'm going to make it count.
Yes.
Because that's important. We all get 24 hours in a day, and it's up to us what we do with those 24 hours. It's interesting because the person who makes the most money in the world still gets 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The most powerful man or woman in the world gets the same 24 hours that the lazy person gets.
Yeah.
We all get that. But it's up to us. What we do with those 24 hours and who we become is determined by what we do in those 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are somebody, you know that you need to make the most of those 24 hours.
Yes.
So I launched my business at the start of 2021. So literally after some months of working from home because of the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
My company decided they wanted to put a message out there and reduce the number of staff. So they said, you know what, we're making an offer. If you want to leave the company, this is what we're offering you. Now, I remember initially thinking to myself, I don't want to do this. I'm comfortable. This is safe. I've got an income coming in, which is okay. It's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember something on the inside of me nudging me. And my husband said to me, you've been talking to people about purpose. So the job that you are doing, does that serve your purpose? Are you fulfilling purpose in that job? And I knew that was it. I knew I had to take whatever they were offering and run to purpose.
Nice.
I knew I had to do that because at the time I was working in a bank. The job was okay. The job was actually nice and relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
So that was okay. But there was a bit of emptiness because I wasn't doing the thing that I'm passionate about. I wasn't doing the thing that I was created to do, if I put it that way. My life is very much driven on Christian values. So one thing for me, when I wanted to step out and leave this job, I had to pray about it and make sure that I was at peace with the decision I was making.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, I made the decision. I put an application forward saying, I want to leave the company. What can you offer me? And it was scary. I told a couple of friends I'm leaving, and they were like, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to be a coach. And I remember one of my friends saying to me, actually, that's exactly you. That's it. And I was like, thank you. That's a tick to what I wanted to do. So I knew that I was making the right decision. I was taking the right step. So I stepped out. No one knew me as a coach. From a business perspective, I had never run a business. Mm-hmm. So I literally just stepped out, and I was like, come 1st of January 2021, I was like, newest entrepreneur in town is here. How can I serve you? How can I add value to you? Literally is what I was doing. And I went on social media. I said, okay, so I need to create social media handles for my business and start putting it out there so people know that I actually do coaching, you know. And I remember initially thinking, okay, who's going to trust you? Mm-hmm. How will people believe that you can actually coach? But before I decided to leave my business, to leave my job and start the business, I enrolled myself on a short course online just to get my head around coaching, to see what it was about. But I knew it was the thing I wanted to do. I love working with people. As you see me, I'm actually an electrical engineering graduate. But funny enough, I have never worked as an electrical engineer. So yes, I have the brains for it, but I have never worked in an engineering firm. That's a story all in itself. But anyway, so I launched my business, and it's been an interesting journey. It's now over a year. Has the business been good? It's been good. It could be better, but actually I've made some really good strides. And when I look back at my journey, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because my journey is an inspiration to people who are still comfortable in the 9 to 5. Yeah. I'm grateful because as I have taken steps on my dream, as I've taken steps out of my comfort zone, I've grown in ways I never even imagined. Sometimes we're scared of jumping out of the boat. Yet the thing that we need, the thing that we desire is actually outside of the boat. Yeah. But we think, I might fail.
Mm-hmm.
What if I sink? What if there's no one to catch me? What if they don't like me?
Mm-hmm.
What if they don't like the way I speak? And all those things are playing in our minds. And because of that, we stay in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
We're too comfortable in the boat. But when I look back at my 2021, I realized that stepping out of the boat was the best decision I ever made. It was the best decision. You know, when I made the decision, I started my business and I started putting the message out there. And I remember one time someone contacted me through LinkedIn and said, oh, we publish a magazine that goes out to 70,000 women around the world. Do you want to contribute some articles to it? I was like, okay. I didn't know I could write articles, but hey, here I am.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. And that's what happens when you step out on your dream, when you step out on the idea, the thing that you're passionate about. It opens up opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up things that were hidden on the inside of you, but you didn't realize until you were on the platform, until you were on that stage. So I started writing for Women's Magazine, and I literally write an article every month.
Nice.
I started doing that, and that was exciting. And then another online magazine, Brains Magazine, contacted me and said, actually, we like what you're putting out there. Do you want to come and contribute articles to us as well? And I thought,
look at you go.
why not? So in literally a few months of starting my business and stepping out of my 9 to 5, I was contributing articles in 2 magazines. Mm-hmm. So that was exciting. That was exciting. And was I scared? Yeah, because I didn't have a guaranteed income anymore. Mm-hmm. I had to go out there and make the money myself. I couldn't rely on someone giving me a paycheck. Yeah. I had to go out and make the paycheck myself. But it's been an exciting journey. And, you know, there might be someone listening that you have an idea. You have a dream. There's a business that you've always wanted to do, but you're just too scared to step out. Well, you'll never know how successful it could be until you step out. Mm-hmm. You just will never know until you step out. You know, and I'm living proof of it. Yeah, I'm living proof of it. And, you know, a few weeks ago, I received an award, and it was literally, I was excited. I think I was a bit overwhelmed because I didn't even go out looking for the award. The award found me. Nice. It was quite nice. I just received an email one day saying, oh, we just want to verify some things because you've been nominated for this award. I was like, I asked my husband, do you know anything about it? He said, no. I said, okay. Well, somehow they got my details and I'm going to put myself forward. So let's go for it. And at the end of kind of the decision-making stage, they sent an email back and said, we're happy. Congratulations. Awesome. You're getting an award.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And the award was for Best New Coaching Business in Southeast England. I was,
that is an amazing award to have.
Thank you. And the beauty of it is, if you were to rewind the clock 12 months before, mm-hmm. I would never have imagined myself in that position. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we don't see the blessing that is ahead of us beyond the storm or beyond the uncertainty. And so sometimes we're scared of taking steps. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I encourage people to do in my business is I've literally got a one-liner: believe, pursue, thrive. So love it. You have to believe. Mm-hmm. You have to, first of all, believe that your dream is worth pursuing. You have to believe in yourself. That's why I Am Somebody works so well. Yes. Because you have to believe in yourself. Honestly, and it's so sad that a lot of times the first thought that comes in our minds about ourselves is a negative thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It happens so much. I remember last year I went to a relative's wedding, And I remember just speaking to a young lady because she was scared of taking pictures. And I love pictures. So I was like, why are you scared? Let's take a selfie together. Let's take a picture together. She's like, no, I can't be in a picture. And I looked at her, I said, why? And she said, I don't like the way I look in pictures. And my heart literally, like, I was crying on the inside. Because I looked at her, I said, but you're beautiful. You're pretty. What is it? You might not like the way you look, but can you look in that mirror and tell that lady in the mirror that she is somebody, that she is pretty?
Yes.
And literally, I didn't know this young lady from anywhere. So I think she was like, who is this? But I literally said it to her now, and I challenged her. I said, when you go home, look in the mirror and speak some positive words to yourself. Because what we don't realize is when we don't value ourselves, we're telling everyone else not to value us.
Yeah. So true.
When we think we are a nobody, we're telling other people, don't worry about me. I'm a nobody anyway. That's the vibe that we are sending out. But when you learn to value yourself, there's a way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
When you realize that there is something on the inside of you that someone in the world needs, when you realize that there's a treasure, there's a gem, there's potential on the inside of you that when you unlock it, it can be unstoppable. There is no end to it. And sometimes we don't realize that. I see a lot of women who struggle with self-esteem. And that's one of the reasons why in my coaching, I focus on women. You know, some people ask me, why women? And I said, you know, a couple of years ago, there's been a few incidents which I can remember very clearly, just random incidents where I've bumped into a lady on the streets in tears. And that's happened about 4 different times. One time it happened when I was in a work situation. So I had gone to a company and I was doing a little bit of a review and an audit of their systems and the way they operate. And I was asking some questions. And all of a sudden, the lady I was speaking to just burst out into tears. And I was like, okay, let's address this. I remember in the moment, I literally put my questions to one side. I said, let's put work to one side. Let's speak to you. Because right now, you're not in a good place. I can't continue this until we address this. You know, and one of the things she kept on saying, I'm stupid. Because, you know, she was struggling with the questions, but she was only struggling because she was nervous and she had a lot of self-doubt. So she kept on saying, I'm stupid. I looked at her, I said, you've done this job for a good couple of years. You're not stupid. You know, and it's sometimes we just need to stop and be in the moment. If we're the person who's feeling like they're a nobody, we need to look around us and see the beauty of the things around us. Reflect on where we are. You know, you mentioned earlier on in the introduction that I am a certified coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team. And one of the things that John Maxwell says is that in one of his books is, you know, experience is not the best teacher, rather evaluated experience.
I love that.
So we go through things and we think, oh yeah, experience has taught me. But actually, have you sat down to reflect on the experience and what the experience has taught you? So in those moments where you feel like you are a nobody, take a moment. Take a moment to reflect. Reflect on the positives. Don't just look for the negatives. And the positives could be as simple as you are a mother to some beautiful children who are doing well. I remember saying that to a lady who kept on saying she was stupid. I said, hang on a minute, let's rewind. A few minutes ago, you told me you've got 2 wonderful kids who are at university and they're doing really well and you're proud of them. Which stupid mother will raise 2 wonderful kids who will go to university and they will excel? Not you. So you're not stupid. Let's just take that out of your vocabulary. And so sometimes we need to reflect. And actually literally take some words out of our vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was reading a book, Intentional Living by John Maxwell, and he said there was a time in his life where he had to review the words that he was speaking. And it wasn't just the words he was speaking about himself, but it was just in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said he got a notepad out and literally wrote down the negative words that he used to say a lot, or the negative phrases.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally, I'm not encouraging anyone to do this, but he went and got all his dictionaries. And I think he said he had about 4 or 5 dictionaries. And he cut out the negative words that he could find in his dictionaries. Literally went through all 4 dictionaries. I was like, I'm not going to go that far, but if it works for you. But that's what he did. And he said every time he opened his dictionaries, it was a reminder not to use those words. So for some of us, that might be the case, especially if you're in that situation where you feel like you're a nobody. Yeah. Now, you might be feeling like you're a nobody because life has hit you on every side. Life has thrown lemons at you. In fact, right now, you are in a pit. Mm-hmm. There's loads of lemons around you. And life is bitter. Life is bitter. Life is not great. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you are alive means something. The fact that you're alive counts for something. It means that, yes, you might be going through the worst time of your life, but there is hope because you woke up this morning. Yeah. There's people that did not wake up this morning. In fact, there's some people that woke up and have probably passed away between the time they woke up and now. Yeah. A few years ago, my brother passed away and he was only 25 at the time. And I remember just thinking, wow, he had his whole life ahead of him. I remember we would talk about the things that he wants to do, the cars he would love to drive. He was so full of life. And then in a moment, he's gone. Yeah. That could be anybody. But yet we are alive today. Yeah. So the fact that you're alive means there's something about you that the world still needs. There's something about you that you have to give. So don't take that for granted. Don't sit in that place and think that that's your destination. It's just part of the journey onto becoming who you are meant to be. Mm-hmm. It's like when you're taking a journey, sometimes you go through some places that are not great. Me and my husband have been binge watching something on YouTube called Dangerous Roads. And you watch it and you look at the situations that people are going through and you think, oh my days, that's so bad. But one benefit of watching it is that it makes you realize that you haven't got it quite that bad. Yeah. And actually, you have so much that you could be grateful for. And so sometimes in those moments where we're feeling at our worst, where we are feeling like the world is coming to an end, where we are feeling like I am a nobody, even if it's one thing that you remember, hold on to that one thing. Hold on to that one thing, because that one thing will be the motivation that wakes you up every morning. I was speaking to a lady a few weeks ago, and she was going through, when she narrated what she was going through, my heart went out to her. I couldn't imagine the emotional and the mental stress that she was going through. But I wanted to encourage her. And I said, if there's just one thing you do in your day that's different, let it be just one thing. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to change so much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just change one thing. Change one thing. So if it is that you say a lot of negative talk to yourself, change that. Mm-hmm. Let that be the one thing you focus on. Put some positive words around your house. Put them on the mirror, somewhere that you can see them, and it's a constant reminder. Yeah. That you are somebody, that you've got something to give. I've got a 3-year-old, and every so often I'll sit down with her and I'll be like, let's do some affirmations.
Love it.
And so I take her through some affirmations. So now she knows when I ask her, what day is it today? She'll say, it's an amazing day.
Love it.
And that's the attitude for the day.
Yes.
Even if it's raining outside, her response, she's not yet grasped Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but she has grasped that every day is an amazing day. And I love that.
That is great. Yes, I love that.
I love that. So small little things like that you can intentionally do. One of the things I talk about and teach people about from the John Maxwell material that I train on is literally the law of intentionality, and which it literally states that in order for us to grow, we must be intentional. Mm-hmm. Growth doesn't just happen. No. So if you want something to change, don't just expect it to happen. Do something about it. Yes, you might not be in control of everything around you, but there is something that you can at least control. Mm-hmm. So find that thing that you can control and control it well. We talk about attitude, having the right attitude. That's one thing you can control. Mm-hmm. I was listening to something this morning, and it was titled "Keeping Your Peace," and it was interesting because as I was listening to it, it's something I tell people anyway, but I was challenging myself as well. And I remember as my day went on, something happened, and it almost made me kind of go into the negative mode. And I was like, keep your peace, keep your peace. Remember what you decided this morning. You decided that today was going to be a good day, regardless of what is happening. So remain in that attitude.
Love it.
So that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
I tell people you will go through phases in your life where you have to do a lot of self-talk. You have to do a lot of self-encouragement. And that doesn't mean that there's not people around you that can encourage you. But sometimes you are going through certain things that the only voice that you can recognize is your voice. Mm-hmm. And there's so many voices in our heads. Yeah. Sometimes we get confused.
Which one to listen to?
Exactly. We magnify the negative voice.
Yeah.
We put it on speakerphone. Mm-hmm. The voice that is saying, no, don't do it. You're going to fail. It won't work out. They don't like you. You mean nothing to them. We magnify that voice. Yeah. And yet there's another voice in there that's saying you're worth it. There's another voice in there that's saying you're amazing. There's another voice in there saying they will love you. But we put that one on mute. And we put the other on speakerphone. Yeah. But that's another place that we can control. Mm-hmm. Nobody can control your thoughts but you. Yeah. I can come around you and whisper so much in your ear, but I cannot control your thoughts. You are the only person that can do that for yourself. Yeah. I can hypnotize you and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But you still have an element of control. You still have an element of control. So regardless of where somebody is, whoever's listening to this podcast, I just want to remind, just take control. Yeah. Take control. Don't feel like everything is happening around you and you've lost it. Just have a moment, breathe, encourage yourself. Because sometimes we need to have those moments of breathing. Yeah. We might always be on the move. Oh, things might be happening around us, that life is just so fast-paced that we never stop to just be in the moment. Yeah. I did that today. I was listening to some music. I said, you know what? Put the books down, put the laptop off, and just close your eyes and be in the moment. Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, you've got to go pick up your daughter from nursery. Don't be too in the moment. So I set myself an alarm. Yeah. And then I went back to be in the moment. But sometimes we need to do that. Stop and just reset. Just take a break. Yeah. Calm yourself down. calm the situation down. Calm your thoughts down. Just recenter your thoughts. And then decide on the next step. Decide on the next way forward. Sometimes we might have to do that every hour, depending on what the situation is like around us.
Yeah.
But if that's what you do, that's what you have to do. You know, and we all go through different situations. Life happens to us in different ways. And it's easy to look around us and compare. It's easy to look around us and get stuck in that place of, I'm not like them. But we need to learn to celebrate who we are.
Yeah.
We need to learn to celebrate our uniqueness.
Yes.
When I started my business, every day I was seeing another coaching business that's doing really well. There's so many coaches out there. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't see this, literally full. But I had to remind myself, the people that they can serve are not the people that I can serve.
Right.
There's someone out there that needs what I have.
Yeah.
There's someone out there that I can speak to, that coach who's making 6 figures or whatever might not be able to speak to. So in realizing that, I realized that my uniqueness is worth celebrating and not putting myself down.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we do that. We take the thing that's unique about us, the thing that's different about us, and we want to be like everyone else.
Yeah.
So we want to hide the thing that's unique about us. We want to speak like everyone else. We want to change our story so it can be like everyone else's story. But actually, just stick to your story. Just stick to being you. You know, and I tell people, just be you and show up as you.
Yeah.
Show up as you. It's easy for you to show up pretending to be someone else.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're not that person, and the world doesn't need another person like that. It doesn't need doesn't need a carbon copy of somebody else. The world needs you.
Yeah.
And if you don't speak, then someone is missing your voice.
Yeah. So true.
So it's and I think for me, this is just things that I've had to remind myself of along the way. And we all need to do that, because the comparison thing gets all of us.
Yeah.
There's no one that's immune to the comparison thing. You know, you could literally just post something on social media and think, wait, they posted something else and they got so many likes and I didn't.
Yeah.
And that can make you feel a certain way. But actually, whether you got the likes or you didn't get the likes, let that not be the driving force. So don't do it for public affirmation.
Yeah.
Do it because you want to do it.
Yeah.
Do it because you feel like doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I've been telling myself I need to post a lot more on social media, but I don't want to get into that place where I am on social media 24/7. But I want to post a lot more. So what do I do? How do I balance it out? And I had to tell myself, you know what, girl, do what you can do. And don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, I run my business, so I wear all the hats.
Yeah.
I'm the marketing manager, I'm the social media manager, I'm the coach, I'm the CEO. So I can make the decisions, right? So be the best CEO of your life that you can be.
Yeah.
And make the decisions that you need to make. And don't let the people around you dictate that. Or don't let what's happening with the people around you to dictate that.
Yeah.
Because you are somebody.
Yes. I love it. I love your passion. I love your message. I absolutely can resonate, and I feel it with you. And it's like, I don't even have the words to describe how I'm feeling right now, just listening to you talk about thriving and taking massive action and believing in yourself and believing in what you want. So I want you to end with this. So, what is the one thing that if our viewers could take away today, what would you want them to take away? What is the one message you want our viewers to have?
Ooh, one message. I think for me, the one message would be um, the world needs you. So show up and shine.
Yeah, love it. I absolutely love that. And I'm going to leave all of your contact information in the show notes. Maybe if you want to just give a quick shout out on how people can contact you if they're looking to thrive and not just live, like let's like really live, they need to contact you. I feel the energy and I can just imagine the results that people get with working with you. Like I want to call you right now. I love it. So how can people reach you?
Oh wow, I am on a lot of social media platforms,
Okay.
Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok.
Oh, awesome.
I've got a little bit on YouTube. I'm on Instagram as well. So you can find me on Instagram under my name, Elizabeth Olujimi, or my business, DTB Coaching. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Elizabeth Olujimi.
Okay.
On TikTok, I'm trying to think of my TikTok name. I think it's Elizabeth Olujimi or Liz Olujimi, something like that. But if you find me on any one of those,
Yeah.
you can find your way back to the other.
I
The other
love it.
platform.
And I will definitely put all that contact information in the show notes. So if anybody just wants to go into the notes and take a look, you can contact Elizabeth that way. I just feel so, I don't even know the word to describe it, like uplifted right now.
Oh,
And
thank
I'm
you.
very, very appreciate you coming on here and talking with us and sharing your passion and sharing your energy. And I am sure our viewers are probably sitting at home feeling the same energy and the same passion that I am right now. So thank you so much, Elizabeth.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. All right, guys. Until next time, as of right now, we need to say we'll see you next week. We love you all. We appreciate every one of you, and we thank you for taking the time to come and listen with us. If you have any questions, any reviews or recommendations, you know where to find me. And don't forget to head over to my website at www.iamsomebody2.ca, as in the number 2, and let's work together and get you feeling better. All right, guys, have an amazing day. And remember, and say it with me and say it loudly and with confidence, I am somebody. Awesome. Thank you, guys.